Without wasting your time, we are going to share top 5 best elbow sleeves. The product links are in the description and in first comment. The number 5 on the list is Powerlix Elbow Brace. Powerlix Elbow Brace, the last option on my list, is one of the most popular on Amazon Powerlix elbow sleeves. I chose them for a review because they are stated to be a good match for weight training. However, this type of elbow sleeves has little value for heavy lifters. First of all, they are not as thick as other powerlifting elbow sleeves. The material differs, it is more stretchy and flexible. On the one hand, it makes this option more versatile, multi-purpose, and suitable for plenty of sports. On the other hand, it doesn't give enough compression and support for heavy lifts, as for me it is a good option to put on before a workout in winter to keep your joints and muscles warm. It will also come in handy if you train in a garage gym in case it is cool there. Moreover, it can be a helpful tool during and after injury recovery. You can wear them day in and day out without cutting off your blood flow. I randomly ended up with tennis elbow and it was driving me nuts, especially at work or first thing in the morning. This sleeve did help alleviate the discomfort quite a bit, but it didn't rid me of it entirely. I think the tricky thing with products like these is getting the sizing right. I measured my arm and ordered the size recommended for my upper arm, and the sleeve does fit perfectly on that area of my arm. The problem is my upper arm is quite a bit larger than the area directly above and below my elbow, which is the area that seems to actually need compression. For me, the sleeve was pretty loose on my elbow and upper forearm, like there was a gap between my skin and the sleeve, so I mean very little compression. The number 4 on the list is Nordic Elbow Compression Sleeve. Nordic elbow compression sleeve are a moderate option for a reasonable price. If you are not ready to fork out a significant sum of money, have a look at this product. The overall quality is good, neat stitching, strong support, and high resistance. However, these sleeves are shorter than the previous ones on my list. It means that they provide smaller coverage and brace, so pro athletes may find them not the best option for advanced heavy training. Yet if you are an amateur, you can go for a pair of these easily. Another flaw that I have noticed is a seam. It is placed closer to the top of a sleeve and I guess it causes wrinkles in the middle while you are bending the elbows. Therefore, you may need to fix the sleeves after every set. They also don't fit your arms as naturally and comfortably as more expensive options. All in all, Nordic elbow sleeves definitely comfort your wallet but leave your elbows with less joy. The sleeves arrived quickly and with no issues. They are well made and serve the purpose. The sizing guide placed me at a size large, which didn't seem right, so I ordered medium. I like a snug competition fit and these deliver pretty well on that. The bands at the top and bottom are perhaps a little too tight, but the body in between is perhaps a touch looser than I like, so it averages out to okay. Size large would have been way too loose. But all of that relates to personal preference and personal anatomy, so I think the fit is fine in general. I am used to using Tommy Kono sleeves on my elbows, which are 10 mm thickness and are very long in their shape. These Nordic lifting sleeves are a much better length for my short arms, but I definitely prefer the thickness of the Konos. These Nordic lifting sleeves provide some warmth and support, and they appear to be very well made, but I would prefer them to use thicker neoprene. The number 3 on the list is Gym Reaper's Elbow Sleeves. Gym Reaper's elbow sleeves finish at the 3rd stage because of their price, too. As for me, the features are quite typical and don't offer anything unique. The price is not 100% reasonable. The design of these sleeves differs from the previous options. They are not sewn at the sides, but the seam crosses the middle of a sleeve and fits right in the elbow bent. It feels quite natural, but I find the first structure more convenient anyway. As for the package, it also differs. They are sold in a zip bag, which is not really breathable and thus gives them a chemical smell. It might bother some athletes who are sensitive to such details. All in all, Gym Reapers provide strong support and high quality, but in my opinion, are rather overpriced. These elbow sleeves seemed well made and were decently comfortable, considering they are designed for compression and will of course leave some seam indentations. However, they did not alleviate or reduce my husband's elbow pain in the limited time He used them before, deciding they were not for him. In my experience with knee wraps and knee sleeves for my knee trouble, I have had immediate relief, so it was definitely not the same with these. I also tried them as they were the proper size for me as well, and the elbow sleeves did not stop my elbow from popping, which is an issue I have during push-ups. The wrist wraps were very supportive. I have no experience with wrist wraps, but they seem like they are great. My kids also thought they looked cool. All in, if you like elbow sleeves and you know they work for you, then these will probably work great, and the wrist wraps would be a great bonus. This set was not the answer for our family though. The number 2 on the list is Stoic elbow sleeves. Stoic elbow sleeves fall behind not that much. Actually, the price puts them in second place. They are fairly costly, but the quality is still undeniable. The design of these elbow sleeves is very similar to the Iron Bull product, 2 parts sewn at the side. However, they are slightly longer, which might give you a larger coverage support and stability for the most extreme sets. On top of that, the neoprene thickness is higher at the back and lower at the front for the sake of the biggest possible strength boost. As for the design, minimalists will definitely like it, simple but tasteful. But if you want a noticeable and catchy look, these sleeves might not be the best option. All in all, if you are an extremely heavy lifter and your budget doesn't tie up your hands that much, try these out for the biggest strength boost. Evolutionize is quickly becoming my favorite company for sleeves. I have the compression cuffs, which I liked at first until I found out I was putting them in the wrong place, and now I love them. Decided to get the full elbow sleeves, more for pressing movements, cuffs for pulling. I've used them about 6 times for various workouts. Battling with golfers' elbow on pressing movements, these sleeves have helped tremendously. They keep the elbows very warm, slide on without issue if you size properly, and give just enough compression to keep everything tight. Where I was finding the tendency to start giving me pain towards the end of my bench or push-press routines, they're much more mitigated or even non-existent after wearing these sleeves. I don't have other sleeves to compare them to, but the fact that they've actually worked says enough, in my opinion. At their price point, you really can't go wrong, they work, period. Build quality seems to be very high as well, and I see them lasting quite a while. If I didn't already have SBD knee sleeves, I'd definitely pick up a set of their knee sleeves as well, unless Evolutionize wants to send me a pair to try out to compare. Wink wink, nudge. Despite them being seemingly budget gear, they simply work, and that's what matters at the end of the day. When I can lift using a piece of gear pain-free, doing exercises that would give me pain in the past. The number 1 on the list is Iron Bull elbow sleeves. Iron Bull elbow sleeves became the best elbow sleeves for powerlifting. They turned out to be the most workable and comfortable for weight training. Moreover, the price is rather moderate for their quality. Such an investment will definitely serve you well for years. As for the design, they are made of 2 neoprene pieces sewn together at the sides. Such a structure makes them fit your elbows perfectly without any wrinkles or rubbing. The stitching is great as well, neat and durable. I chose a size according to all the measures, but if you want to get the highest support and elastic power for lifting extreme weights, pick one size smaller. These guys will definitely give your new feelings as well as records. All in all, if you want to make a long-term investment in your training, I recommend trying out Iron Bull elbow sleeves while we work to ensure that product information is correct. On occasion, manufacturers may alter their ingredient lists. Actual product, packaging and materials may contain more and/or different information than that's shown on our website. We recommend that you do not solely rely on the information presented and that you always read labels, warnings and directions before using or consuming a product. For additional information about a product, please contact the manufacturer. Content on this site is for reference purposes and is not intended to substitute for advice given by a physician, pharmacist or other licensed healthcare professional. You should not use this information as self-diagnosis or for treating a health problem or disease. contact your healthcare provider immediately if you suspect that you have a medical problem. Information and statements regarding dietary supplements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or health condition. Amazon assumes no liability for inaccuracies or misstatements about products.